and welcome back to my channel. On this video, we will be talking about how to overcome gym anxiety, and almost all of us have experienced this, and yes, I have experienced this as well, and I really want to help you guys to overcome this, feel confident, and get to your gym goals. So let's go ahead without further ado, get this video started. Okay, first let's define what gym anxiety is. So gym anxiety is the feeling of being judged and feeling that everyone is pretty much watching you. Also getting really nervous when you're trying to figure out equipment that you've never used before, or almost feeling like you don't belong and that you're out of place. There's also a lot of sensory overload because there's a whole bunch of people, mirrors, a lot of different sounds, and also you have a tendency to pretty much compare yourself to others. And I feel like this is a very normal feeling to feel, and it happens often. For me, gym anxiety came from the perception that I had an imaginary audience. What that is that you feel like people are constantly watching you every move you make. If you make a mistake, you feel like people are noticing and maybe like laughing. I feel like that comes from a little bit of paranoia and insecurity because you are in a new, unknown environment. I can show you pictures here of when I started my gym journey, but I wasn't really confident. I also didn't know what I was doing. And for a lot of us, when we start out in the gym, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what these machines are, and we don't really want to get in anyone's way. We just want to do our thing, get our workout and go. My goal at that time was to develop muscle. I felt very petite, very not confident in myself. Another thing that a lot of people don't mention as well is a lot of the times you don't want to see someone you know at the gym. And that has happened to me before. Obviously, you're going to the gym to work on yourself and improve. And when you have gym anxiety, I'm always making sure that I don't see someone that I know because I'm in a vulnerable state here. Like, I'm really just trying to work out and do my thing. I kind of don't want to be watched, let alone by someone I know in the real world. And when that happened to me, I was like, hey, like this is kind of awkward, especially because it was someone I hadn't seen in a while and they saw me pretty much when I was just looking kind of crazy. So here are some tips that helped me to overcome gym anxiety and that I hope can help you guys as well. Alright, so my first tip is to wear clothes that you feel comfortable with and that suits you. The whole point of going to the gym is to work on your body and to improve. You feel like you're at a point where you want to get better and you don't want to be judged by where you are at. I think by setting yourself up to feeling confident or comfortable is the best way to do so. I dressed I had leggings on and a shirt. Honestly, I should have had just more baggier clothes because at that time I was not necessarily comfortable with my figure or body being observed in any way. And honestly, it's a gym. It's a public place. You will be seen by others. And if you feel that uncomfortable about it, then baggy clothes all day. I'm talking baggy pants, baggy tops, whatever, just to make you feel more comfortable so that your body can remain personal and that you can mainly focus on the workout, not necessarily feel like every single part of you is being seen. On the other hand, some people might feel better wearing more tight clothes because it accentuates their parts better, their different muscles better, or their legs better, whatever you prefer. Honestly, it is a personal preference. So I definitely would recommend switching up your clothes to see what you feel most comfortable with. And obviously think about the workout, what fits well with the workout that you're doing. Tip number 2 is to know that honestly, no one's really judging you. Literally, I feel like no one knows what they're doing at the gym. And even if people are advanced and they know a lot, like no one knows everything. And a lot of the times they're pretty much there to help you. I feel like a lot of the times it was in my head. Most of the time, I would say majority of the time, people don't really go up to you in the gym. They kind of just mind their own business. At the end of the day, it's about you. It's about your journey. And these people essentially don't matter if they're not looking at you. Okay, if they are, then that's their problem. You're going there to get your workout on and it's your decision to be working out. It is a public place and you can do it. Also, a lot of people start from ground 1, ground 0, and you work your way up. So I always think of it as these people are strangers. I'm probably not going to see them again. And that usually works. I usually don't. So think about it like that. And I feel like that usually helps me out so much. Change your mindset, change your mind frame about the gym. It's not somewhere scary. It's somewhere where people are coming together to accomplish their own personal goals. And everyone usually is in their own bubble doing their own thing. And no one really cares as long as you're not in other people's business. You're good. Tip number 3 that I loved using is to wear AirPods AirPods, headphones, because I feel like once you have your music on, you are locked in. You are locked in to whatever you are doing, and it's just so hard to focus or overthink or stress when you have some good music on. I highly, highly recommend that, especially if you are just doing something that can seem monotonous, like just walking on the treadmill. Getting your music going is a great recommendation that I would always say, especially even if it's a show or even if it's an audiobook that you would like, but get something that hypes you up. Get something that inspires you, literally anything. Even if you are transforming your body, listening to other people who have gone through the same process will really, really help you. Even watching this YouTube video here in the gym, it will put positive affirmations and positive things in your head and get rid of all of that unnecessary anxiety, block out all of the negativity, and tune in to the music, to the audiobooks, to the sounds that definitely fits your vibe. Another thing that I think can help with gym anxiety is not going during peak hours. If you're just starting to go to the gym, you might want to go more towards the early morning or just like the early afternoon where there's not so many people. And then you can get used to the different equipment. There's always pictures on the side of the equipment that shows you how to use it. So you can kind of get familiar with it. And then if you're doing like a specific regimen on your phone or on YouTube, you can also just feel better going at those times because there's way less people and it's way less awkward and way less stressful. So I highly recommend that. I feel like the most popular hours are like from 4 to 6 or 4 to 7 when people are getting off of work or school. So you might want to avoid those times. And if you have work or school, then you might want to go like towards the later night, like around 10 p.m. That's what I used to do personally. And then also weekdays usually tend to have less people as well. People prefer to go to the gym for sure, more so on the weekends than on the weekdays. So if you want to hit the gym but not want to be around too many people, that's the way to do it. Another thing to remember is that everyone was new at some point. Even the most buff or the most experienced gym people have been confused at one point, have been asking questions at one point. The only difference is they have been there longer and have done the repetition that's needed. And eventually that will be you. You just have to stick through it and keep asking the questions and keep figuring out the equipment. And don't for 1 second think that you're not qualified to be there or you don't belong there, because you will get there as you continue to repeat and improve and do what you can to make it your place. I just did all these tips that I just recommended, and I also realized, you know what, let's say I did do something kind of off. Okay, well, I'm still learning. I can always learn on YouTube how to improve my posture, my form, whatever it may be. And as I continue to repeat and go to the gym, I will get better. That's another thing. Making sure that you continue and consistently go to the gym will help to get rid of those nerves slowly. And I'm telling you, it will definitely help to improve that gym anxiety. And then another thing to remember is that when you leave the gym, you normally feel proud. You normally feel like, wow, I got that done. So once you go in scared and timid, by the time you leave, you'll be like, wow, I did it. So it is definitely a rewarding feeling and definitely worth stepping outside of your comfort zone for. Thank you guys so much for watching. I definitely hope that helped you guys. I know exactly what it felt to feel so timid and kind of like this, you know, when you're walking through the gym because you don't want people to see you and you also just feel a little bit of nervousness. It's a new environment, but I am telling you, follow these tips here and it for sure will at least help you even in a little bit. And let me know down in the description if this has helped you in any way at all, and I will be more than happy to just respond and hear that. So know that you definitely belong in the gym. You can do it. And if you are too nervous to start going to the gym, always start off with home workouts and work your way up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you got value from it, and I will see you on the next one.